Yeah, it'll be worth it to wait.
Shaman, what's the way to go?
They're all viable, to be honest with you, man. They all have pros and cons. Kyrion's viable, Venther's viable, Necro's viable.
I do
Night Fae?
Restro Mal.
Night Fae?
I do Restro Maldraxxus.
What about let's see, Shadow Priest.
Shadow Priest? I'd have to look at, like, oh god, what was he? There's two choices. Azerveer. Azerveer was Venthyr after being Night Fae, I think. Wait, is that right? I'll look it up. Okay. Shadow's Necro for the Lego. Okay. Necro.
Necro.
Well, Necro is like the most consistently like powerful throughput shaman healer. You know, like for KeyS. Yeah, it's common. Venthyr's really good for raid and KeyS, from what I understand. Like it's kind of balanced, but they're all viable. Try them out. See which one you like.
I got a question for you.
What's that?
I'm doing a warrior.
Okay.
What would be the best for DPS output and mythics, covenant wise?
Covenant wise, that's a Night Fae.
Night Fae?
Now, are you talking about Arms Fury or Prot?
Fury.
Okay. Fury,
Yeah, I'm Fury.
Venthyr, and I'd say Venthyr or Night Fae, depending on your playstyle. You're gonna see more Night Faes, but I mean they're both very viable. Night Fae in the high end is superior. As far as what I see in KeyS, like really pumping, doing say 13,000 damage, 14,000 damage overall, or something like that.
Is now Arms is Night Fae, right?
I hunt for Ardenweald.
I'll probably go Night
See
Fae.
anything you need?
Yeah, I'm leveling a warrior for fun.
That's what's up.
Just wondering.
Yeah, I mean DPS warriors are in a good spot. Yeah.
I've always been interested into them, but I never really took the time to level one or anything, so.
It's definitely a class you need to spend some time on because,
Until
you know,
next time.
unlike some of, say, the other melee classes that are a little more streamlined out of the box, like a monk or a demon hunter, or, you know, like you know exactly what you're getting, right? With a warrior, it's a very old, established class that has changed a lot over time. So, like, it's good, but it does kind of change a little bit, you know, with the wind, and you need to spend some time on it. It's not going to be, you know, like your cookie cutter class at the start of an expansion. You know, warriors tend to struggle, you know, for a little while until they kind of like catch up with the rest. It just is what it is. Because you don't have some of like the defensive, you know, attributes that say a demon hunter is going to be tankier, you know, than you in a key a little bit, and then like a monk, you know, the getaway. So I mean, like you gotta work for it, but it's very, you know, it's very rewarding. Warrior's fun. It's a very old school smash mouth melee class.
Yes, I like that.
That's the difference in it, you know? Well, as of now, stream, I'm going to go ahead and put the pause on the carries because the carrier squad has officially gone to sleep. I still need to knock out some quests, so I'll be on for a little while. If you want to hang out with me, feel free to sit here and talk, chill, ask questions, whatever. Gotta do Korthia and all this stuff. Let's see. Unless miraculously a 4-man group is put together at this time, but we'll see. Never know. Normally around 3 a.m. Eastern's when it starts to get a little slow.
Yeah, it's about 3 a.m. Eastern, so.
Mm-hmm. I got you, Rain Mists. And I'll be on all day as well. This is the 24th hour as we speak that I've been live straight. Give you your points back, bud. Sorry about that, Rain Mist. Got everybody but you. At least you're only in queue for a couple hours. Hate that, though. Tomorrow it is. Points returned. If you're new to my channel and haven't checked it out yet, I do have a Twitter and YouTube. If you like, say, announcements when I log online, stuff like that, feel free. Everything's a command, exclamation Twitter, exclamation YouTube. I have several hundred hours of content on YouTube as well.
Accept this. Choose my fate.
I'm working on some key instructional videos at the moment. Those will be out shortly. I think y'all like this. Let's see how many keys we ran today between the monk and this. Curious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You said Night Fae, right?
Yeah, I would definitely choose Night Fae. Alright, so we went 19 and 2 on the day. 19 timed, 2 untimed. Not too shabby. Half of which were 2 chests. 15, 16. Not bad. Solid ass day. What's this? That's a ton of mastering. I don't have my big boys for that one yet. I'll do that later. A BG Frost Shock? I'll think about it. I have some other daily stuff I gotta knock out first. I'm trying to get this rep so I can get that other, you know, color scheme of the same transmog I'm wearing right now. I'm so behind. And Korthia I gotta knock out first. See how tired I am after that.
Welcome to the Weald.
Oh, you got teased, Frost Shock. I've already been streaming almost 24 hours. I stopped the stream and restarted it. Stream summaries at, let's see, October 10th, 23 hours, 46 minutes. We've had over 4,400 live views today. That's amazing. What a day. 4,400. That's crazy.
Queen's blessing upon you.
Not a bad of a song. Glide for days. We just ended the carries for the night, buddy. It is the 24th hour at the moment, and the last of the carry crew just went to bed. I'll be on for a while, though. Unless I find another, you know, 3 people that work with our system to do a key or 2, but around this time it's a little tough. I'll see what I can do after I get this questing done. turn you up a bit, Sandcastle. A little quiet. Middle of this. Ugh. Fight that. Let's see what I can do. One sec. Alright, say that again.
I just did 0.1k and I'm a redeem level.
There you go. There you go. I can just mute that. You done any low keys too? Got not kind of out on your own and test the metal? Try and do like some 2 and 3s. Kind of build up your experience. It'll suit you well when you finish the rest of your 10s with us.
Yeah. I haven't got around to that. I need to do a DOS, is what I need to do.
I mean, I know it's intimidating, but you already enjoy it, and you kind of got at least the general layout of things. You know, go dive in. That's how to learn best in Mythic Plus is go do a bunch of do your Mythic 0 world tours every week, and start getting into some low Mythic Pluses, some 2s, some 3s, some 4s, and try and take every win or loss as learning. I mean, that's what you're doing, and most of those people at that level are too.
Yeah. I need DOS.
What from DOS in particular?
Mana Storms.
Okay. Beast has been slain.
Voracious throng of root stingers are moving inland. Take a veil wing to thin out the swarm. They must not reach the heart of the forest. Nicely done, mortal. You have bought us valuable time to bolster our defenses against the Gorm.
Dailies wigs. I didn't realize there was like, you know, another cool skin for my armor set that I hadn't like spent any time getting rep on. I didn't know. So the only rep list that I didn't do shit on is Court of Night. So I've been catching up to try and get like the other T-Mox, you know? So I gotta finish this and almost, man. You know me, I hate questing, loathe it, so I'm trying. Oh, nice wigs. I remember that old Garrison mission table. Hell yeah. Oh, these little guys. Ah. Well, that was gonna give me some percent. Nope, nope, nope.
Helped keep these monsters in check. Queen's blessings, friend.
So these days, Wigs, how well are those like leveling through the table? I mean, it's pretty fast. Faster than it used to be. I kind of forgotten about that old Garrison table. Garrison was kind of cool. Still shit. Okay, I was gonna say like it was a cool premise when it came out, right? You're like, oh, sweet. All right, well this somebody has a promise, and then there's so much, bullshit about it. I guess they kind of improved it over the years. Got a little better, and time went by. And we still have mission tables because of it. That's something else. That's the rare. Oh, yeah, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that brings back memories. Collecting all that stuff from the mailbox, for sure.
Money coming, money go. I've been at it on the low. Dropping out of where I live. I can see the leaders doing less. We talking plays and maybe seeing you. Pull up on you, let me school. Nobody ever near you. Got a little ring to it, turn a thing fluid in the coupe. Why you look, I know it's real. I'm I'm on my Marshawn shit. I've been really getting feel. You know why I'm here. Don't act like you don't know how I feel. But let me tell you what you mean to me. Slide on me for that meet and greet. Vibe with me in the moonshine, sipping moonshine to the new sky. Sage toasted and be rain soaked in the raincoat. Hit the waves quota, I be flossing. I be locked in, I was lost here. All that turned me to a target. Spotting on me, I be cautious. Back then I was an adolescent, then I had a lesson. I'm the man now, I got fans now, I'm on cam now, I got plans now.
Oh man, it's been a while since I've done that quest. You don't get much time. Gotta do better than that. Sure, you have one cocoon. Turn on extra shinies.
Trip, I got the recipe, and you can find me where that pressure be. I'm really trying to see Tel Aviv. Fuck your elevation, I've been levitated in that preparation. I've been meditated, I've been hella patient. I'm so tired of waiting. I got right here with my day. Young niggas from where that crevice be. I've been solid since the less of me. Out here with the sea, really in the
Running the tree. There it goes.
got plans now, finna branch out, grew up quick, but never let go of this year. All of that bullshit is in my rear. Hey, blues and papers, blowing vapors, sweating changes. Long hair killer in my villa, bitch, I made. Hey, used to play to play. Haven now, she wanna lay me down. I'ma need you to hold me all the way down. Hold it down for me. You say you down for me. You say you hold it all the way down. Hold it down for me. Hold it down for me. You say you hold it all the way down. You say you down for me. Hold it down for me. Say you hold it all the way down. Hold it down for me. Say you down for me.
Pet charms, yeah, I feel you there. Well, some of them at least, right? Those are the quests you don't give a shit about. Unless you love pet charms. Oh, really, Wigs? Ah, too close. Come on. No. One more.
We'll relocate the cocoons to the groves that need them. Thank you for restoring the balance.
I'm buzzing, let's drink up. Your death look like big fun. Come on, let's get it on. Like that, I'm finna get some. I'm certain you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it. Come on, give me something. The night is young, so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young, so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. The sunsets on fire, tell me your desires. I'm not getting tired, baby, take me higher. I'm certain you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it, boy. The night is
Welcome
You
to
can
the
trust
grove.
me.
Welcome to the
How may I aid you?
We'll have to do this again sometime.
young, so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's
We will capture our prey.
I don't know what the hell's going on here, but
Take your time. Return to me soon.
If you love me right, this could be the summer of our
Don't you say it, I can't hear it. I get defensive when I think you're calling me out. But I don't scream, I don't shout.
testing out all these new tracks on Epidemic Sound. I'm just curious. See, I haven't made any progress. Boom, boom, boom.
Friends of the forest deserve a greeting.
Not an army of alts kind of guy, Wiggs. Nah.
The cycle
The hunt has been called, and I have answered.
Care to make a trade?
What's up? Let me look at it. Oh, there we go. Huh? That's the same thing. Oh, I see. This little flower thing there. It's kind of funny. That's what I want. The white and blue one. Working on that. Like, I love the one I have, but, you know, I think it looks a little better. I know it's not much. It's pretty cool looking. Oh, that's cool. backpack. Kinda cool though.
Everyone pays somehow. My prices are quite reasonable. Honest.
Come, shop, browse. Smell.
There we go. Not bad.
Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
You nourish me with your presence.
Where do we strike? For Queen and
What's 11 hours glide? Oh. So I stopped and started stream glide. I'm at like 24 plus right now. Let's see. I'll tell you where I'm at. Stream summary. Was at 23 hours 46 minutes. I'm at 24 hours and 21 minutes today actually. If you want to check like real stats for streamers and stuff, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, go to twitchtracker.com. Twitch tracker and then look up the streamer. All the info you know, you get right there. Not bad. I monitor stuff in there. Good analytics.
I exist in all dimensions, niggas flesh bound. The stale money from the mattress bought a fresh.
All kinds of music on the site. And like hard rap, hip hop, K-pop, all this crazy stuff. Future bass, it's called.
Say no to hip hop.
What's wrong with hip hop?
I like hip hop. It's not my overall #1 favorite, but I like hip hop. Sure.
I know.
Makes you want to dance, man.
Metal.
Different kind of dancing.
I agree with that person. Metal.
I like everything except electronic douche crap.
Right.
Yeah.
Heck no.
All these things.
Yep.
Oh.
I listen about all, as long as it's not newer shit.
Yeah. Actually, old hip hop is okay. Like, let's see. Tone Loc. Let me see. Who are some of the others? MC Hammer, Tone Loc, Young MC, those kind. There was one I liked by DMX.
I like some DMX. Early DMX. Remember when Ja Rule came out right after DMX? They're like the same rapper. Same exact style.
Strike where they least expect it.
Opening pods nearby. Interesting.
Well, Tyson Fury is a Manchester United fan.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, he has his hands full. Tell you what, both those guys are really good fighters.
Excellent. Push each other to greatness. They kind of hate each other and love each other at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm sure on some level. I mean, you're both at the top of a sport.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a rare thing to watch heavyweight boxers of that caliber. It was a long time since we had boxers like that. Long time.
I know.
And I hate to say it, but looking at either Tyson or Fury, like, they'd both beat the brakes off of, you know, Mike Tyson back in the day. You know, I don't think there's any comparison. They're just bigger, stronger. They're classically trained. I mean, it's impressive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's the star. Meh. No, no. That quest's too much work. That's the problem with these things. Uh-oh. Okay. Disconnected me, wow. Tisk tisk. These guys are off doing this. Oh, there they go. Kill a ton of these things.
We need to get the Gorm infestation under control. Perhaps some of my magic can help you do
Yeah.
it.
Here we go.
Not hearing.
Yo, can you hear me? Hunt
Yeah,
to
they are.
warp. You couldn't hear me before? That's weird.
And I think I've got a bit of lag. I've got a network error coming up when I'm trying to get onto the.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it just kicked me off for some reason. I just got back in.
Or
Okay, nothing in here. What the hell?
oh, is that Hunter War?
It is.
Bama, I gotta run off, so I'm gonna see you later. Have
Okay,
a good
dude.
night and sleep well.
Will do. I'll see you later on tonight.
Be right back. Just gonna reset my computer again.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Gorm eggs.
Were you streaming there?
What am I streaming?
Yeah.
Just knocking out these quests for frickin' rep real quick. Where's more of the guys to kill? More killing. Trying to get this other T-Mog that's just like mine, but different color, you know?
Oh, in Corthia?
No, not in Corthia. This is Artifact. I need to go to Corthia in a sec. Both. Finally finish up my tier 6 this week, though. Doesn't give me any of the little special things, though. Fuck it. Papa Chong, I am not ally. I'm Horde. Maybe in the future. I haven't ruled it out. What was that? But I've always been Horde. I need to, you know, make connections on that side and all that stuff too. So I'm sure that would present some obstacles, but doable.
If you did make an ally, I could make
Well, I mean, the main reason that eventually I might consider it is because, you know, I mean, it's the same game, it's just two sides of it. I mean, I've never played the side, and I could do carries on both sides. But then again, like, what percentage of players need help with carries on, like, say, Horde side versus Mythic Plus on the Alliance side? Like, I'm sure there's a pretty good basis of, like, Alliance carriers, right? I mean, there's got to be a few that just handle, like, I mean, it's got a much smaller population over there. But I know Alliance is pretty tight-knit, like as far as people have known each other forever. So I'm gotta make those connections. Oh, Alliance is much smaller, Sandcaster.
Oh.
As far as Mythic Plus goes, 90 to 95% of the top players in the world are Horde. Yeah. It's staggering. Huh.
Okay,
I'm gonna do core for. What's up, bud?
Well, I was on Area 52. I was what do you call that? Water.
On the what now?
Oh, the water place with the
water place.
Yeah, with the city.
Oh, you mean like from way back? Oh, what was that called? Hold on. I know what you're talking about. Hold on. I'll think of it in a bit.
Oh, Najatar.
Oh, you mean Najatar, not the one before that. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I was in Najatar.
Najjator.
And I was literally on Discord with Kinsey. And a big PvP fight broke out in Nashatar, and I said, "Oh my God, this is."
Yeah, Nazjatar is pretty ruthless for PvP for sure. Mechagon kind of was too.
It turned into the Battle of Passchendaele.
Nashatar was pretty ugly on Area 52. Like, they would go back and forth almost 24 hours straight. It'd just be back and forth. It was disgusting. It was... people that do PvP probably had a blast, but you know, the PvEers trying to get in there to do their grind to get flying
guys, yeah.
did not have fun. Like, you couldn't make it out of base. You'd die.
Oh yeah, I could see the fighting from the distance.
I was stuck in Nasnatar for, gosh, almost 2 hours because I couldn't get out and do my one quest I needed to do in there.
Exactly, I had the same problem. I just watched the fighting from a distance, and
I mean, I've never quite seen the caliber of coordination that the Alliance can put together. I will admit that. I mean, I remember chilling several times just in Zuldazar, like in the fucking capital with, you know, lots of people in light. All of a sudden, 100 Alliance just storm the docks and wreck everything. I mean, I like literally destroyed. I'm like, what am I watching right now? You know, like that is wild. The kind of coordination that takes. like just killing us, the guards. Like that's crazy, dude. I'm like, dude, I've never seen some shit like this in my life.
And they did that. The Alliance did that in Naznatar on Area 52. They almost.
Oh yeah.
It would go back and forth, really. At one point, it would be Alliance in our area, killing all the guards and everything. Next minute, the Horde's pushing back and pushing them into their area.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't a one-sided thing with it.
Yeah.
I guess it really depends on what server you're on when it comes to Alliance
for sure.
PvP.
I mean, every server is a different percentage of Horde and Alliance at the end of the day, so, yeah.
Yeah.
And what Sarah Marshall says about that place being New York City is absolutely the truth.
What? Area 52, you mean? That's just kind of the way I describe it. Unfortunately, nowadays, people, directly correlate, like, the quality of video gamers and the number of video gamers in the biggest, in one place as, like, it just breeds toxicity. I guess, like, the better the player, the higher IO, the more toxic some people get. Not everybody, but a lot of people, unfortunately, gets to their heads. So, it just is what it is, man. It's not for everybody to be on that server if you're trying to kind of come up from where you are and, learn Mythic Plus from the ground up. Area 52 is not going to be the sweetheart to hold your hand and teach you Mythic Plus. That's just probably not. You know what I mean, man? So, bigger servers where more competition, more serious players over there is a good way to put it. And they take the keys seriously, and they'll they'll rip on you for anything and everything. I'll crucify you, man. Not everybody is like that, but there's a lot of people that are like that. That's why we do what we do. I love Bleeding Hollow, though. I mean, great server. No complaints.
I used to play on Bleeding Hollow.
I came here, like, at the end of BFA from a really dead server.
Now you got me curious what tune I have over on Bleeding Hollow still. I can't remember. I think I got a pally over there.
One of these days, there's a tune on Zul'jin I'd like to bring here.
Should.
A 177 Shadow Priest.
Not bad, man. Shadow Priest looks fun.
Do you know any real good Shadow Priests?
I do.
Who?
As Revere comes to mind.
As Revere?
It all depends. Do you want to do it for the PvP aspect or for the PvE?
He's all PvE.
I'm gonna say, because I know Shadow Priest and Disc Priest are used a lot for PvP.
Yeah.
Why a lot of people run them. I don't think I've ever seen a Disc Priest do a mythic. That'd be kind of interesting.
Disc Priest? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I've run 20s with Disc Priest. Yeah. Sure.
I knew one that could.
Definitely one of the... I mean, Disc Priest itself, you just need to know your toolkit and how to use it. It takes some practice. Like, as far as all healers go, like my time spent with all healers, I would say I probably have the least experience with, I don't know, probably Mistweaver monks and... I guess priests. I mean, I have decent, like, several dozen keys, but that's not that much compared to, like, doing hundreds or thousands of keys with every other class. Like, Disc Priest is definitely the one I'd be least comfortable with in a big push. Only because I worry that on the high end, they'd run out of those. That toolkit to keep me alive. You know what I mean? Like, on like a 21, 22, 23. Disc Priest is great if you have a great pumper group and you're all just tearing through it. But at a certain point, like, it's going to get sticky and you need a little help. Because Disc Priest doesn't do, say, the damage of a Vinther Paladin, you know? Like, just don't.
Well,
oh, so close.
I knew one Disc Priest that probably could. Just take a wild guess.
You know, it's the same 24-hour stream from yesterday. It's the same one. You know, we're at like 24 hours right now. Well, it depends on my schedule, y'all. I mean, this is my full-time job, so whenever I can put in my hours, whether that's like 8 to 12 hours a day or, you know, a couple of big days because I had to take care of family stuff out of, you know, that kind of came out of nowhere. Because if something blindsides me and I can't work one day, then I make it up on another day. I make myself work. If I have the discipline to do it, then, you know, can't make anything of it, so I try and push myself. Love streaming. It's 9 more of these things. Yeah. Oh no, it's starting to seem like nothing's gonna drop them. Come on.
Okay, oh yeah, that's hard to deal.
Hunter War crushed that sub goal. Hunter War and several others.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Good.
Who's this guy? There's a dude and a dude.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, Dirtbag, as long as you're like ready for that, it's the competition of it, right? And it depends on the caliber of player that you are currently, you know, that you are coming into Area 52. Because that's Sandcaster is an experienced MMO player, but he's a very fresh, like competitive, you know, like mythic dungeon or even heroic dungeon. Like he's new to these dungeons and learning like high level content, and he needs to be kind of walk through how to do it without just like being told that he's bad. You know, like people are just mean, dude. Like how are people supposed to do the fun content that the games offer if people aren't, you know, nice enough to even give them 20 words to explain what's going on? Like, they'd rather just rip you one. So, like, well, I mean, I get it.
Like this.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's like me putting it nicely, Dirtbag. Like, nah, like this.
Oh, yeah. Like a plague fall I had. Ew.
I mean, shit, I don't even want to be around those people. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I didn't go there. I went to a top 10 server. I went to Bleeding Hollow. But, like, it's great here.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, where's the things I need to kill? Not those. Thrall is really good server. I had a lot of recommendations for Thrall. I was actually between Thrall and Bleeding Hollow because they were very comparatively sized.
Friend of mine's on Thrall.
Hydral's pretty good.
Hydral's good. I heard Kill Jaden too. Yeah. Zul'jin, stuff like that.
Zul'jin? Mm-hmm. I was in Found a Green Quest over there. It's just that the time zone didn't work for me.
Well, that's
Believe
important.
it or not,
Gotta find your tribe of people, you know, and the times that they like to do things at the same time too. Community definitely makes it fun.
You said you're on Bleeding Hollow?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's where my guild comes from. We transferred from Bleeding Hollow to Idle.
Is that right? I transferred, I was Guildmaster at Titan's Grove. It was a 4-server shard on Stonemal, Doomall, Mave, Bloodscalp, and I transferred the guild to this server, like, I don't know, that 4 or 5 months towards the end of BFA or something like that.
I used to have somebody on my...
Doomall was so dead. I didn't realize it till 10 years into the game, and I'm like, God, the server was just so dead. It was so hard to recruit. You know, I worked really hard, like, all the time to get through Heroic Raid, and, like, I mean, I think that's what, like, had burned me out of Raid. Like, it's not that I hate raiding, it's just that I spent so many years, like, going through a very fucking sparse list of players on a realm to help groom them into being the players that we could bring in and be successful in Heroic and then go into Mythic raiding. And, like, it was a lot of work because it's so hard to find those players when the server is just dead. Like, there's nobody. You're like, all right, it's this guy. This is the only Shadow Priest available that's not taken. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. This guy. It's a whole different world. It really is. And when 3, 4, or 5 people are holding back a 20-man group, it hurts. Eventually, the best players start to slowly leave to other places, which, you know, is easier, like Area 52 or whatever else. But good times. Learned a lot.
Yep.
Is that rare?
Okay.
What is this thing?
I had...
Thinks so fast.
I had I did a couple raids, let's see, in Legion.
Mm-hmm.
I got deep into, let's say, I believe I beat the first raid on Legion.
Is that right?
Let's see, I beat the Nighthold. Pretty sure I beat the Emerald Nightmare.
You did. I mean, I remember getting invited to your group or shit, back there with Kinsey.
Right.
Yeah. That's like around the time I met you through Kinsey. Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, he just invited me because I was big DPS. I mean, I'd tank every once in a while, but all I did was PvP. I mean, he just brought me because I was, really big DPS.
Okay.
To fill the spot or whatever. I don't know. I mean, you brought me to one of your raid nights one night, and I tried to help DPS some shit, and I mean, it was fun. Whatever, for an hour or two. I used to hate PvE back then. So, I mean, it was like the opposite.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
And then, let's see, was Tomb of Sargeras.
Mm-hmm.
That was a blast. I loved it. I remember when we did that big clear to get
I finished
in.
that one. Okay. Right.
I got like 2 bosses away from beating it. And about the same place on Antorus the Burning Throne, we just ran out of time. Then there was the night Kinsey had the walk. I wound up raid leading it. Yeah, the mage.
Yeah, that's something you never want to do, is be an interim raid leader. Oof. That's a big job if the group is like established.
I did okay.
Nice. They listen to you? I would just think that new people would listen to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, walking into being a leader of a new group without like proving yourself as a leader is hard. You have to earn people's respect.
It
you know?
is tough.
Yeah.
I was
Respect
able
is
to
earned.
hold it together for a few people, for a few bosses, and then
That's what's up.
it was basically a situation where everyone was tired, and, you know, they were
Killed a
on
few
the,
bosses, and then yeah, just called it. That's what's up.
and we called the raid, and it turned out being a success. Because by then I knew the fights.
There is no better way to learn a fight in and out than learning it so well that you can teach others, you know, in different ways, you know, other levels of players in different ways. So I mean, it is true.
Yeah. Because I could tell by what the mob was saying. I could tell by what the mob is saying what attack it was going to do next. And I call out instructions when I would hear the mob talk.
Right.
I'd say, okay, go here, do this, get out of the AoE, and basically follow the mechanics. And things were pretty darn successful.
I mean, that's what you do in PV, and the more you do it, you find patterns and things that you didn't know were patterns. You know, like you do a key enough that you realize this is this, and this comes, you know, this happens after this, or this happens this many times. Because you've done it so many times, you're like, oh wow, it's not just random. Like it's actually a, you know, it's a pattern. Like Theater of Pain, the fourth cast from Sathel is Searing Death. It's the worst cast that you have to interrupt. But most people don't think it's just random between Necrotic and, you know, Searing Death. No, it's every fourth cast. Every fourth cast from him. Like clockwork. And, like, if you sit there and watch it long enough, you're like, oh. Like, you sit there counting it, it is every fourth cast. But when you're fighting the other two bosses at the same time, it's hard to, like, realize, you know, because he's casting them so fast that it just is every fourth cast.
If I'm fighting it on my paladin and tanking, I just hit the 8 key.
There you go. Yeah, paladins have an easy job of getting rid of that.
Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, it was He Who Shall Not Be Mentioned who told me about that.
Is that right?
Yeah. Notice I was very careful and said He Who Shall Not Be Mentioned.
I see that. I kind of like having a Voldemort secret around. We should do that. Okay.
A Voldemort?
He Who Shall Not Be Named. Voldemort.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. That's what it makes me think of.
Thrones.
Or more of these little glowy things.
Or I got one better than Voldemort. The Tevinter Imperium.
Don't know what that is.
Dragon Age.
Oh, okay. What is that exactly?
It's basically the same kind of premise. It's a faction of evil casters.
Mm-hmm.
I have, let's see, Dragon Age 1, 2,
What did I just click?
3.
What is this? Oh.
And I'm waiting for 4.
What in the fuck? I just saw a shiny thing I wanted to click. Unbelievable.
I was trying to figure out what you were doing.
God, dude, I'm like, what is this? I was almost done with the damn quest. Oh, now I'm not even gonna go back. I'm like, oh.
Where'd you wind
This
up?
guy made himself quests for a friggin' hour, and then I'm like, fuck. I saw a giant shiny thing sticking out of a tree. I was like, jackpot. I'm Ron
Ooh, look,
Burgundy with
shiny.
shiny shit on my screen. Like, you can't do that to me. I will
I got
click
ADHD.
anything on the screen.
I'm
Oh, I
the
feel you,
same
buddy.
way. I'm ADHD. I'm like, ooh, shiny.
Mm-hmm. Shinies.
What's this button do?
Leroy Jenkins.
It's like if you ever get to play with me more than just a little bit, you'll notice I go, ooh, puppy, puppy, hi puppy. I sit there and talk to my dog for no reason.
Dude, I do the same thing with my cat, so you know, no
Oh, you wound up in.
Let's sell all this stuff before I go to courts.
I still want your cat.
He's a sweet guy.
I used to have a cat like that.
I'm your arm.
I miss my cat.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want mine.
You wouldn't want one of mine. It's a Siamese.
So was mine.
Oh, no wonder, Sandcaster, you had a... Yes, the Siamese cats can be very sweet, or they can be vicious. That's a... Yeah, Siamese cats are very, like, independently minded cats. They're different. Yeah.
I have two Siamese.
Okay.
One
like,
is
Siamese
that
cats are cats
way.
that will, like, wait for you behind an object, and then when you go, like, you know, they, like, go out... I mean, they're not trying to, like, really hurt you, but they're using their instincts, you know? And, like, they'll, like, tackle you out of nowhere, or, like, grab your hair if it's laying off, you know, like, that's what they do. Like, they're a little bit more of, I guess, wild genealogy, for sure. As far as, like, the temperament of cats. Yeah.
But the other one's
They're
weirder.
beautiful. Weirder? What do you mean?
Yeah, the other one will sit on the table and meow non-stop until you come pet him. He never, ever since we had him as a little baby, he's never been mean at all. Never has been mean. Always have been lovey. And we find it weird. He'll come out when we got a house full of people and he'll just cry until someone starts petting him.
Right.
We thought it was weird because he's a Siamese. Normally they don't do that. Normally when you got a house full of people, they'll go running and hide because that's what Siamese do. But
yeah, Siamese are normally kind of shy. I mean, you're right.
Siamese are more.
Two Siamese in one house. Christmas Eve morning. Here's where it gets kind of funny. Christmas Eve morning. Mine. And my sister has Siamese too. Well, they kind of looked at each other. They looked at the Christmas tree. And those two cats screech at each other and then they kiss. And then they growl. And then they go up the inside.
That's what's up, Mr. Miyagi. I don't even know what I'm at.
They go up the inside of the Christmas tree. The very inside of it. This was a real tree. They're going up the inside of the tree. The tree is shaking. Ornaments are bouncing.
Right.
It's rocking back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Cats will climb the shit out of a tree. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cat in a tree is like you on a 100-foot yacht, you know, all by yourself. Oh, yeah.
You ever see a white shepherd try to climb a tree?
I have not, no.
I have. I come home with our whole Christmas tree laying on the ground because the shepherd decided to try to climb it.
Damn.
Yep, that was not fun.
A shepherd trying to climb a tree. What in the hell?
There was a cat at the top of the tree.
Oh, duh. I was gonna say either that or like an ornament made out of food that it what I'm like, what's a dog? A dog's using his nose. I'm like, he's there to get something. Yeah.
He's there to get the cat at the top of the tree.
Yep. Totally.
Anyway, that tree was so shaking. They finally run out of the tree, and they're hissing and growling at each other.
Mm-hmm.
They sound like a pair of mountain lions. Then they go end over end into the next room. Remember, the boss Siamese. And mind you, one of them was Boris. And you can imagine she sounded just like a Black Panther. Yes, my cat sounded like a Black Panther.
Check out some of these enhanced sockets I haven't even looked at in a while. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Went that way. If I play with Dreamweaver, I set it up, but I'm gonna try it out. Just while I'm questing around, see what it feels like.
Alrighty, Bam. You take it easy.
Thanks, buddy. You too. Hope you have a good night.
Yep, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of more stuff and hop off for the night.
I'm sure I'll see you today.
Yeah, I'll be around.
We'll be doing a
If you
pretty
ever
good
need
stream
me
today,
to-
sir. Oh yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
always need people. If you're pretty much, you know, I mean, if you're here when I need you or when I'm like asking chat and like I'll scroll through the list and ask, you know, I mean, so if you're around and yeah, and you can just message me, come get it.
I've still been trying to push 17s, but I can't really find a solid group to push 17s with me. I want to push them.
Well, man, you know, like, and
I
that
can actually do them.
I mean, this is like, you know, something that I've told everybody in stream, but if you have a desire of something that you want to do, like, message me. If that's something that you want to do, like, I can hook you up with a group that can do 17s. And I don't mean like a group that's going to carry you through 17s. I mean that I'll bring, you know, a healer and, like, we'll plug into some things and, like, teach you. You know, like just getting those 17s under your belt, even me just pugging a couple 17s with you or something in my spare time would give you a lot of experience because I could at least walk you through what happened here, there, and everywhere. And seeing mistakes other people make in big keys, as well as yourself or whatever, that's how you learn, because that's how you don't repeat those mistakes. You know, so like you got to do it, because otherwise you'll be like, oh, well, you don't want to wreck those keys several times and then have to work your way back up and do it again. But, you know, if you want 17s time, dude, I mean, I can get you 17s time. Just, you know, remind me and I'll set up some time for you when I'm not streaming yet. And, yeah, spend a few hours, like, just coaching you through keys. That's fine.
Yeah, I definitely want to start pushing.
I always want y'all to hit your goals.
Higher.
Yeah.
I want to do better on my Shami. I know I still got to work on some of the stats. I'm starting to even the stats out. I worked on that this week. I got my crit and my haste almost evened out.
Hunt of my carry team went to bed about an hour ago. Yep. I'm already into the 25th hour of the stream, but we went 19 and 2 carry wise. Time 19, failed 2. Hate that we failed 2, but hey, still really good. Over 95%. It's okay.
Oh hell yeah! That's cool.
Okay.
Just sucks the 2 we failed were like by a minute. You know what I mean? It's like something stupid. It was like, you just can't win them all.
By the way,
It's
I
still
just
Mythic
hit
Plus.
two.
Yeah.
It's still good. 19 straight. That's pretty good.
It's Sarah Marshall.
What's up, buddy?
I just hit 35K.
Very nice. That's right, Smid. Hey, nobody holds me to a higher standard than myself. I want to be undefeated every day. If you weren't here earlier, you didn't hear me get fucking serious with my carry team, because all they were doing is sitting there like, you know, talking back and forth. I'm like, y'all are like getting hit by shit on the boss while they're, you know, because Jen and Cerulean were just talking on the last boss with like 3 minutes left, and they just kept getting smacked to the wall like they would have gotten killed by a rhino if that fight lasted another 20 seconds. It's like they were talking continuously for 25 minutes. And like, it's fine to talk in a key, but dude, that key was close. And I mean real close. Like, you gotta take it seriously at some point. Like, you can't be opening your mouth, you know, 1,000 words per minute and expect not to make any kind of a mistake. You know, you're thinking while you're reacting. Put your brain power into your focus on your screen. I mean, for real though. That's just me being honest. I mean,
Like the Sky Shrine raid in EverQuest, you cannot lose your focus.
that's Mythic Plus in general. I mean, in WoW, that's kind of why I love it though. Is like, it's that fucking intense, but it's either heart shattering or, you know, fucking pumps you up, you know, adrenaline rushing, just because it's that tough to do it, you know. It's like, oh, we had 15 seconds left or whatever, you know. It's just is what it is. Got to keep that momentum, keep that adrenaline pumping, you know, that energy, I guess. That it's the flow of it, right? Like, I always describe it as flow, because you can tell the flow of a key from when you join it. Like, any pug, I'll be like, wow, this key is like, this is great like, flow. They're getting kicks, we're barely talking, you know what I mean? Like, they're just doing what they're supposed to do. They're following me, they're waiting for, you know what I mean? Like, you can tell when you get in a group, you're like, wow, these guys are ready to game. Like, they want this key. I'm like, yeah, I love that.
You saw last time how I did on Mistcaller, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Notice how when you had that one team, people were not dodging the dodgeballs.
People love to not dodge that. I know.
Every time it said dodgeball on my screen, I just kept on moving.
That's what you do. You train yourself, you know, in such a fashion that eventually you do it without having to think about it. And that's the things that save you when you really need to do the moves actively, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Every time I hear that, I think of the movie, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Oh, you mean dodgeball? I love dodgeball.
That's the first thing I think of every time.
I'm sorry, my friend. Michelle has a slight case of irritable bowel syndrome. Oh my god. Can you light a match or something? Can you close that for all of us? See, I got laser, blazer, taser, and all kind of azes.
Yeah.
Kind of cool earlier tonight. We hit, a new all-time viewer, record, which is kind of, I didn't know that. I didn't know it went that high. I got the 250 viewers achievement. Only thing that made me upset is because I got it and then for some reason my audio died. Like at the same time, my headset completely nobody could hear me for several minutes. I'm like, fuck. So I'm looking at my stream and I have 200 viewers. I'm like, damn. So they can't hear me at all. Then I sat there for 30-45 minutes trying to fix it. Eventually went back to this headset because the only one I could get to work. I was like, well, I hated that. That was their impression of the channel, but it is what it is. I don't know why that happened, right at that moment. That kind of creepy though. I don't know. Maybe that's just shit that happens. Coincidence.
Yeah. Did you notice in Necrotic
You're watching God Boy, yes. What about Necrotic Wake?
It's Necrotic Wake. It took me a little bit, but I was picking up to the speed and the key.
Yeah. I mean, once it's kind of like, you ever watched a lot of tennis? Tennis is a game that even if you are, say, an amateur tennis player and you play with a really good player a few times a week, you will literally get dramatically, and I mean scary good fast. Why? Because you play up to the level of your competition. You're not going to be as good as that person, but you'll keep up. And that's what you're doing, is you're kind of learning how fast do I need to go? Where do I need to go? You're learning that by watching us,
Yeah.
And I noticed that there were a couple times you kind of got lost. I'm like, oh, wait. Let's wait for Sandcaster, because when you're crossing the bridge and stuff, because there's some things called death runs, right, where you're not going to pull that trash. That trash is bad. So you need to, if you don't have an invis pot, you're just going to have to die and get res. So just run on in there and die like a champion. There's a death run.
Yeah.
If you have a shaman that can onk or, whatever, somebody can get a B-res off before they die, or one person sneaks by who's a stealthy, and can res you.
Right.
Res the rest of the group, whatever the plan is, if you had to die. Death runs were more popular in BFA with corruptions and everything, but
oh god.
Oh yeah.
They're also popular and also
West.
Unfortunately, unfortunately. But you got to try, and I mean, as you kind of do it longer and longer, I mean, every death is 5 seconds, so it's nothing worse than failing a key by 30 seconds and being like, well, that one wipe, the 25 seconds and the run back. That's key, dude. That's it. I mean, try and avoid that stuff because it's costly. Just think, just one person having to die and not using a vis pot to go up the stairs at halls, that one person is 5 seconds off the clock. And then what? 5 seconds to walk down the stairs, 10 seconds to cast to get you up. I mean, it's at least 20, 25 seconds, at the fastest for them to res you. Probably 30 by the time they get you up and you're all going into the boss, right? Just to res one person. Overall time taken. 20, 30 seconds. I mean, it's a lot of time. When every second counts, yeah.
Yeah, the one thing in halls I don't like is the stairs with those gargoyles.
Yeah, we just need to show you how it's done. You don't really fight those gargoyles anymore. Back in season 1, you'd actually take one out and get the 80%, get your pride, and go into balls. But things are a little differently now. Kind of funny because nobody kills the middle of halls. Imagine what the middle of halls would be like to kill. Nobody kills that. Alright, this is the up top.
Where you go in the middle of that one room Yeah, that big central room, and then you have stairs up, and
Oh, I
there's
know
2
exactly what you're talking about.
gargoyles,
Oh, yeah.
one on each side. How the hell do you get by those?
I can show you, man. I'll take you into Mythic Zero and show you if you want. Pretty standard is what you're going to do is you're going to get 79.85% or 80% before you go up the stairs headed there, which is like a pretty standard route in halls, because if you kill the whole right area, you have shards, right? You kill the whole right shard, the whole, left shard, and then the middle, then you're at 79.85 without the one extra big dude. So with that percent, you don't have to hit 80 like Pride, that season's over. So at that percent, you can skip the entire middle. You have to kill nothing. Like nothing. You can just skip it. So what you do is you walk up the stairs and get just close enough that you invis, so like don't do it too early because then you won't make it up the stairs, but invis like maybe 20 feet from where you're staring at those 2 gargoyles. Not the gargoyles, the 2 with like the scythes, like the warglaves, before that. There's other like mobs there you have to pass to. But you just invis early, and so that you have enough time to use your 15-second invis pot to move quickly and get up the stairs. You can easily pass everything, though, as long as you don't run into other bodies.
Okay. Mage invis works too, right?
So it's a different plane than like a potion invis. Potion invis is going to be stronger, technically.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So like hunter camouflage, like if you go too close to something, it'll pop you right out. But if I pot and like walk past them and like sit right in front of their face, they don't see me, like until the pot runs out. It's a stronger plane of existence.
Okay.
So if you ever notice, like sometimes somebody will be like, "Dang, that always works," or they must have just gone too close, or or there was a pulsing magical spell going off, and they didn't realize that like it kind of touched them, and like it's like shit happens, but that's what happens is every once in a while they just find you.
That's what got me killed.
You still have to like go around it and like stop it, like you do. Yeah. It's not foolproof. Okay, so he said Rogue, Stealth, Hunter, Camo is the one playing along. Okay, and Druid, Stealth, Mage, and Viz are the same. I thought that's how it worked. It's something like, I could have sworn, I think Rogue is on a different, Rogue is as powerful as Invis. Yeah, you're right. Rogue invisibility is as powerful or more powerful than like an Invis pot. Like an Invis pot is just giving you that power of 15 seconds, for sure.
Uh-huh.
I imagine that's the same. Yeah, because a rogue, can sit an inch from your face. It doesn't matter. A rogue is a rogue.
Yeah. Shroud of concealment.
Mm-hmm. "2020's pop" is the section. Okay. Alternate. What's up? Okay.
Money coming, money go. I've been at it on the low. Trapping out of where I live. I keep seeing the leaders doing, let's be talking plans and maybe seeing you. Pull up on you, let me school. Nobody here but me and you. Got a little ring to it, turn that thing fluid in the coupe. Way you look, I know it's real. I'm on my Marshawn shit. I've been really getting feel. You know why I'm here, don't act like you know how I feel. But let me tell you what you mean to me. Slide on me for that meet and greet. Vibe with me under moonshine, sipping moonshine to the new sky. Taste toasted and be raised soaked in the raincoat. Hit the waves quota, I be flossing. I be locked in, was lost here. All that turned me to a target. Spotting on me, I be cautious. Back then I was an adolescent, then I had a lesson. I'm the man now, I got fans now, I'm on cam now. I got plans now, I'm finna branch out. Grew up quick, but never let go this year. All of that bullshit is in my rip. Blue and papers, blowing vapors, wording traders. Long hair killer in my villa, bitch, I made. Used to play the play,
It's German match day.
lay me down. I'ma need you to hold me all the way down.
What's up, Sam?
Down for me.
I said it's Germany match day today.
The Germans, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm part German.
Very nice.
Okay, I give a fuck what you telling me. I really grind like it's 10 of me. Saw a trip, I got the recipe. And you can find me where that pressure be. I'm really trying to see Tel Aviv. Fuck your elevation, I've been levitated. In the preparation, I've been meditated. I've been hella patient, I'm so tired of waiting. I got right here with my gate. Young niggas from where that crevice be. I've been silent since the less of me. Out here with the sea, really in the field. Niggas on cam now, I got plans now. Finna branch out, grew up quick, but never let go of this here. All of that bullshit is in my rear. Hey, blues and papers, blowing vapors, wooden traders. Long hair killer in my villa, bitch, I made it. Used to play the play, now I think we major now. She wanna lay me down. I'ma need you to hold me all the way down. Hold it down.
I don't wanna feel it. So I pour up inside my cup and I just sip till I can't feel it. I know it won't solve my problem, but I know it makes a difference. One more sip and I'ma fix it. Out my body when I'm tempted. I told her one more, she heard me say you quit or she dipping. Yeah. I don't want pain no more. I don't want no more pain. I can go see no way. Look at that with no pain. See the rain coming down, but it is not purple today. Came a long way from stacking and rolling that change. And all I ever
Oh man, throwing another chest in here. Tease me.
then I iced it on my heart, I watched it build up. My bro, he stay with Tuesday, Bob to build up. And I feel on inside, don't wanna feel it. So I pour up inside my cup and I just sip till I can't feel it. I know it won't solve my problem, but I know it makes a difference. One more sip and I'ma fix it. Out my body when I'm tempted. I told her one more, she heard me say you quit or she
This chest right here is. Oh, it's in the tree. I remember this. That's right.
Let me do my thing. Got them greens and pinks and blues, I'll give my kids a change. Don't call me, I sit for none unless you do the same. I wanna catch as fast as that and I don't do no range. Yeah. All I ever wanted was some millions. All I ever wanted was some children. Then I got 4 of them kids and now we chillin'. Nothing's real inside, don't wanna feel it. So I pour up inside my cup and I want she hear me say you quit. Yeah. I don't want pain no more. I don't want no more pain. I can go see no way. Look at that with no pain. See the rain coming down, but it is not purple today. Came a long way from stacking and rolling that change. And all I ever wanted was some real love. Then I iced it on my heart, I watched it build up. My bro, he stay with Tuesday, Bob to build up. And I feel on inside, don't wanna feel it. So I pour up inside my cup and I just sip till I can't feel it. I know it won't solve my problem, but I know it makes a difference. One more sip and I'ma fix it. Out my body when I'm tempted. I told her one more, she heard me say you quit or she did it. Yeah. Let me do my thing. Let them bring me blues, I'll give my kids a change. Don't call me Then I got 4 of them kids and now we chillin'. Nothing's real inside, don't wanna feel it. So I pour up inside my cup and I just sip till I can't feel it. I know it won't solve my problem, but I know it makes a difference. One more sip and I'ma fix it. Out my body when I'm tempted. I told her one more, she heard me say you quit or she
Got the teleporter up here. Hell yeah. Just in time. Oh, don't worry, Hunt. I'm about to call it after I get some of these dailies done, bud. I'm so close to my tier 6, I gotta knock out something. Sounds good to me, bro. What's this? I think tomorrow's or next week's. I checked it out. Didn't look great. I think the week after that might have had a chance. So, where is it? Multitasking. Where are you? I'd have to turn off Astral Keys earlier. Oh, there it is. So next week. Next week's dude. Can't possibly be right. I mean, if that was tyrannical, I wish. Shit, that's a push week. Jeez.
What's that?
We'll see. I'm just looking at what Astral Keys tells me is next week. Yeah, it's definitely not correct. You know, like so. Like, I wish.
I know. Well, it said this week was tyrannical too, and it wasn't. It was fortified.
I know. Well, remember what they did, right? Remember how they gave us those 2 tyrannical weeks in a row? They like surprised. Or was it 2 fortifieds? Remember it was fortified, explosive, whatever. The last season ended with the week, and then we thought it was going to start with tyrannical. But no, they started with another fortified week, and that kind of threw things weird as far as, I don't know if they did it on purpose. Like, we don't want, everything to be, like, correct as far as people knowing, but it did throw it out of whack.
Yeah. No, that's what they want. They don't want Astral Keys showing you the right thing.
You know what they'll never know? They'll never guess. What's that? Another fortified week. No way. No way we do it. Like, let's do another fortified.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll never see it coming.
If it did, it'd be a good push week, wouldn't it?
I mean, yeah. Are you kidding me? Fortified bursting volcanic? That's a 100% push week. Yeah. You look for affixes that can be eliminated, right? So like quaking, one melee other than tank. Like, okay. So like if you were to like eliminate quaking, you would bring an Ellie Shaman for a short kick, but range. You'd bring 2 other range so that no one's on top of each other if you really wanted to eliminate it. A tank and a healer. Like, literally, quaking is nothing, right? So if you bring 3 melee into a quaking week, like, as well as you can do to move off of each other, you're still getting downtime from moving for quaking, and it's, it's going to do some damage here and there. And one misstep, and you both go left, ouch. Tank's probably dead. You can easily kill a tank doing that. So, like, volcanic, don't run into it. Literally, leave it alone, and it doesn't affect you.
So there's 2 affixes that you've already neutralized, basically.
Bursting, shadow priests. I mean, any kind of priest, but any priesting group that is, a skilled priest knows what they're doing. Hops in Discord with you. Go push some bursting for sure. There's so many chests back here. Oh, this thing's in like the cubby or something. Oh, I hate this lieutenant. He never lets up. This guy is so relentless.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, I mean, I must have killed this guy. I don't know. 10 dozen times, and he just keeps coming. Like, there he is.
Yep.
More shinies. Need more shinies. Ooh, this is a little fox cubby right here. Look at this. This is literally a Volpera stash. Nobody touched my stash back here. Where'd my little pony go? Oh, man. Chest. What's up? That was easier. One small step for Volpera, one giant leap for Pantherkind. Alright.
You better hope it's
I see
not
it.
panther kind.
Well, I'm riding a Panther Sandcaster, so hopefully they'd be on my side, you know? Or they wouldn't be, because I'm the one riding them and they don't want to be ridden anymore. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
You're riding a panther?
Yeah, Jeweled Onyx Panther. It's one of my favorite mounts. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good looking mount.
Where do you get them?
This one in particular, jewel crafting. You have to make the 4 other jewel crafting mounts and then combine them into this mount. This is like the ultimate jewel crafting mount. Has a great face on it. This mount.
What expansion?
Legion? BFA? I bought it in BFA, but it might have been out before that. Was the Onyx Panther in Legion? Okay, it was Legion.
Yep.
Thought so. Because it was a little cheaper when I got it. I think they're pretty reasonable. I mean, there were several $100,000, I think, last time I checked. Well, that could have gone up. Remember when Sky Golems were like millions of gold?
Yep.
Everyone was a Sky Golem. Like, oh, all right, well, now I gotta get Sky Golem.
Oh, they were great though for herbalism because you could
it's
collect
great.
herbs.
Yeah,
still in
it really is. Mm-hmm.
That's why I still use mullet.
Flying around without dismounting, yeah, it does change the game for you. Plus, like all the wacky little spins it does in there, you know. I mean, it's got some cool animations. It's not just like a robot flying straight. Man, that's pretty neat. Can't say that's not fancy right there. Oh man, I walked right into a rare. I got lucky. I promise y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want it. I promise. I tried to warn you. Tried to give you the easy road out. Wouldn't listen. Now you'll be a meal for the rare. Good. Pandarius is Rosa. Okay. Pandaria. I liked Pandaria.
Actually, it was too, yeah.
Was it?
The land was good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you meant when the mount came out. Was that then, though? The Jeweled Onyx? I would look it up. Good. Good. Oh, the jeweled mounts. Okay. I guess you're right. Yeah. Thinking back to the mounts back then, yeah. I do enjoy some good-looking mounts, but I'm definitely not. I tried the whole, like, you know, farming certain mounts, and, like, I got a couple ones that I wanted, and I'm like, oh, man, I just can't. I couldn't imagine, like, spending the years, you know, like, that I heard probably, like, yeah, dude, never got this mount, come here and there, and I'm like, oh, my gosh. Like, what keeps you going? He's like, when you finally get the mount. I'm like, no, I'm just going to quit when I get these mounts. Because I don't know, man, that's a lot of dedication to, like, say the Shaw of Anger. Like, how do you rip yourself out of bed and continue to watch nobody in this entire world of the game get that damn mount? Like, nobody. Nobody. I'm pretty convinced it doesn't exist anymore. That's like my favorite mount. Wish I had that mount. That Shaw of Anger mount's so sweet. What's up, Ragnak? Ragnick Dirksen. Good to see you again. I'm just trying to be a little productive. Let's see. Oh, I get it, Ragnak. Shit happens, you know. If you're ever curious about, like, you know, Twitch streamers, like all the, as far as like analytics and stuff like that, I mean, you can find pretty much anything on any stream. If you like want to know what time they stream, or like, you know, last week to what time they stream, so what time would they stream this week, or when they stream yesterday, just go to Twitch Tracker. TwitchTracker.com is a good website to like kind of get like an outline for when a streamer's on and whatnot. Even a streamer like me that, you know, works as much as he can but doesn't have a set schedule, for example. I just work 60 to 100 hours a week. Like, I have no guaranteed. Could be 60, could be 100, could be 50. Feels a really bad weight. Let's see. Grelva never works for me, though. The Twitch Tracker will show you, like, past streams and stuff, you know, like the week's past stream and, like, the past week and month and all time stats and stuff like that. So you get an idea of you know, when that streamer's mostly online. So that might help out a little bit. I like checking the analytics and stuff. It's fun to look over. A pile of shinies. Oh, wow. Stay there. More shinies. Ah, shit. Can I make that? Oh, well, thank you, Ragnak. I mean, it's comments like that that keep me, you know, keep me going, man. I really appreciate that. I like to think that, you know, people can make a difference in anything that they do, and I got really tired of, like, I love this game, you know, and, like, being treated like shit in Mythic Plus and, like, BFA. I'm like, dude, there's no way that this game, like, everyone is like this. And, like, everyone was so shitty to each other. I'm like, dude, like, where is, like, the teamwork and, like, fucking, like, I mean, just friendship or just teaching somebody or whatever. Like, I mean, going through Mythic Plus and learning. I mean, it's just true, man. Like, I mean, it's the fucking truth. Like, I had to learn the hard way. Like, I don't want anybody to fucking have to learn the way I learned. Good God. Just thousands of keys. I mean, I've played...
Yeah, pugs are painful.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in PFA alone, I had over 6 months played. I'm at 7-8 towards the end. And that's insane. Out of a tier expansion. Kind of embarrassing to say that because I didn't realize that till the end. I'm like, oh, like I did / play. I'm like, holy shit, this hasn't been like a tier expansion in 6 months play. But it goes to show like what practice will get you. Ends results. Oh, booger, don't get me killed. Don't get me killed. Okay. I see a chest and a rare. Where art thou? Oh, there's a hole in the ground? I am finding all kinds of secret caverns here. I bet every single one of you already knew this was here. That's only cool to me. Now unplug my headset. Us new questers, you know? We're wild by anything. Ragnak, feel free to, you know, stop by today. We'll be doing another Mythic Plus stream. If you ever have any questions, just let me know. That's what we're here for. I like to think there's always good people to help with just about anything in life if you look in the right places. Sometimes it takes a little longer, but always. Find that tribe.
You deserve only the best.
This thing kind of cracks me up reading these answers. Just gotta piss her off. There we go. Sounds good, Ragnarok. If I'm not here when you get back, just know that like I'm towards the end of a 24-hour stream, but I will be on all day today as well after I get some rest. Knocking out some dailies at this point. But if I am here when you get back, then, you know, hang out for a little while. Yes, all your relics. Good. What was that? I don't know. Looks spicy. Okay. or sheets and giggle.
Did you get your transmog, did you?
Well, no. So it's just like this. I've been working on it. The rep is kind of crazy. I got this just for, like, a little something. I mean, it goes with everything. But, you know, it's just like I'd seen it before. It's like the funny little thing that goes in the back with the butterflies. But the other one's like kind of, it's white on the outside, and then like white and ivory, and then blue on like the inside. I'll show you.
Oh, yeah.
Blackberry Goo was wearing it. I didn't realize you had to be exhausted. Like, for some reason, you know, I guess I just stopped questing at some point. Like, duh. I mean, as soon as I started getting into keys and finish whatever I needed to do, I just stopped. So, I'm just doing it here and there, like the 500 quests, just try and chip at it. I would like to get the other color. Okay. Kill that. Just gonna play with a quantum device I've been holding on to. This way. Nope, disappeared. No luck on that one. Some twos, Glide? I'll do a few with you. Let me knock this out first, though. No Mossworm Grimoire. Come on. Better than that game. Better than that. Need some bodies to kill out here. Come on. Taking a rest from the respawn rate, I guess. Haha. Six dudes for one. Tough pickings these days. Rare. Rare indeed. I bet this lonely Ravager over here knows something. Dang, still no. Come on, luck. Don't fail me now. Kind of cracks me up, like how many NPCs they have guarding this one chest right here by this tree. Like, yes, sire, we've made it increasingly difficult to access the chest. For good, good. I pull like 30 dudes just to pull this one chest. Alright, let's bring some of these fairies back to life. Nice. Finally, there's somebody here killing the rare. Hell yeah, Ross, that will do. Oh, that rare just came up. There we go. Good timing. Good timing. I can't imagine what kind of a difference it'll make just having those 252 conduits, man. I know it's a big jump just going back in the day from 213 to 226. Those 252s, a few seconds off everything. Be nice. Be there in a few days. Rasta, what are you looking to be a pumper for? I mean, right now I'm just doing quests. If you want to come pump a quest with me, you can, but for now we're done with keys. So I get some rest and we'll start back up. Oh, Ross, I think you heard me talking about like the 24. Like we just finished 24 hours of carry keys. I'm on like the 25th hour now. They all went to bed, so you know, like my carriers and whatnot. Had to swap people out, you know, over the 24 hours. But we had a really successful day. But my last carry squad left a few hours ago, so kind of just knocking out daily shit so I can hit tier 6. Not too many people on right now, unless yeah. I mean, I should sleep so I'm sharp tonight. There's like 10 people on. Yeah, about 20 on. These are the dead hours. Talk to her, right? Okay. Yeah, Rasta. I mean, shit, if you're ever on around this time and want to help carry, though, I mean, yes. If I need a DPS, for sure. Don't play late like I do. Having to kill like a dozen things just get on there. Oh well, I like the shortcut they put in. There's a kaiju at the portal. Kaiju's coming. Oh, look at that. Almost missed out on this guy. Yes, I'll take that gift. You're better than that. Alright, I got all this stuff. Making progress. You'll all have to pay. Bye. Oh, I mean, dismount.
to show you the way. Whatever the challenge, we shall rise.
That's a pretty fun quest. All things considered, pretty cool.
Change is coming, and we must change with it.
Very nice. Change is coming.
I answer the call.
What? Another time.
My attention is yours, small walker.
true scholar studies all. The archive is in your debt, Marwalker.
Damn, that's like close to... I turned in at least a couple thousand earlier, so that means that's like 3,000 something I've done today. Wow, okay. Hell yeah, okay. Well over halfway, okay. I can get this in a couple of days, actually, if I keep doing that. It's a lot of time spent. Fuck yes.
There is much to be done.
What news do you bring?
We all have a duty to fulfill.
This had better be good.
I hadn't even looked at this stuff. Cool. So you use this extraction from one of your socketed items. What items does that work on? Like any item?
Helm. It says helm, neck, and rings. I think it'll tell you beside the
Oh,
socket.
okay. I was just about to say, I'm like, shard damage. Okay. So that actually gives you the shard, though. It doesn't give you like the socket. Huh.
You can't get a domination socket, but you can get other sockets like for gems. You get the shard socket from raids.
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple pieces with that in it. I was just curious what all this stuff was.
But you can get gems, just ordinary gem sockets from there as well. You can buy them.
That's what I'm waiting to get the rep to do. Huh. Pops out the shard. Oh, okay, Ross.
Get going then.
I'm just now nearing that tier 6, so I get involved in it.
For naught?
Doesn't say it's exclusive to something. That's interesting.
Forged.
Huh. Have you ever bought this thing? The chisel?
Wield your weapon.
So it does.
Yep. Already.
And it does what exactly?
Acquisitions?
Well, it lets you remove your domination shards out of your sockets and change them.
Oh, okay. I thought you could like, I thought you could like harvest one from another piece. I'm like, oh, okay. That's a little different. Meh. Don't rate enough to have some of that fancy stuff. Nope.
We have a solemn responsibility.
Huh. Helms, necks, bracers, belts, and rings. Helms. So here's my luck though. So I've actually, so for random drops, helms. Helm, neck, bracer, belt, ring. So no on the helm. Bracer, yes. Belt, yes. Ring. So it's like, shit, I can only get the helm. Everything else and the neck. So not a lot of sockets for me to get, just the one. But conduits are going to be huge.
Memories are fleeting. The archive is eternal.
Oh, that was a lot more rep than I thought I could grind out in a couple hours there. It's pretty good. Okay. Alright, stream. I think on that note, I'm going to go get some sleep. It has been, let's see, how long we put in today. Been an awesome stream.
No, Ben, take it easy.
Thank you, buddy. 26 hours, 25 minutes. Yes, long stream. I will see you all later today. I'm going to go get some good rest. We'll be doing some good Mythic Plus keys later when I log in. I'm guessing I'll be on, if we go into bed around this time, you know, early to late afternoon. So I'll see y'all then, probably going until reset, you know, another fat 12 to 24 hour stream. So take care, work hard. Let's see. I will raid Acid K. Acid K is good people. She raided me earlier yesterday, I think. Spend some time with Acid K. Don't get in too much trouble with me not around. Time some keys. Break some 25s for me. Alright, Hunter. I will see you in, you know, 8, 10, 12, something like that. Peace, y'all.
Catch ya.